know if you guys have kids.
Yeah, we got four.
Four kids. Yeah, great. As parents, what can you tell our parents as far as how raising our kids? As a teacher, one thing that I've noticed in classrooms is that parents' interaction with children is very important.
Oh, absolutely.
As far as bringing them up. As parents, what can you tell the parents in the room on how to steer their child?
Well, I think when we look at today's society, oftentimes we want to blame the fruit. But you can't blame the fruit because the fruit comes from the tree. So if we got a problem with the fruit, that means we have a problem in the tree. And then if we can change the tree, we can produce better fruit.
See, man, there you go.
So it's very important for parents. As a matter of fact, the scripture says, children, obey your parents in the Lord. Be well with you. You'll live long on the earth. And then immediately it says, fathers, don't provoke your children to wrath. That word provoke means to push to anger, to agitate aggressively. So we see a lot of anger and bitterness and a lot of the fighting and stuff that's going on because we have parents that are still using slavery tactics to raise children. We get all in our kids' face. We believe in the cliche that it didn't kill me, so it'll be all right with you. But in some sense of the word, it did kill you. It bruised you emotionally, how we were raised. History has taught us that if you leave a mark on the child, then it serves as a reminder of the wrong that was done, so that if they go to do the wrong again, then they have the mark that reminds them of what could potentially happen. But that actually came from slavery, to put a mark on the slaves' back, so the other slaves would see it. So when they thought about running, they would think about the back and not run. Right. And if we're not careful, we will allow those same traits to be birthed and brought down through our generation. When we must learn how to talk and communicate with our children, and not always use the hand. I know it said, the scripture says, if you don't beat your child, you don't love them, but that's old English. It didn't mean to actually beat them. But we don't take it figuratively. We take it for exactly what the Bible says. So I'm gonna beat them, and we're doing too much of that. Just real quickly, me and my wife, we were in sin before we got married, but it was one particular day she saw a mark on my body, and she asked me where it came from, and I actually had an emotional breakdown right there in front, just freaked her out, and it actually came from how I was brought up. Mom didn't know any better. We've had this discussion. We're the best of friends now. But in our, I won't necessarily say in the black culture, I think it's a mindset. I'd rather say mindset, because I believe it happens in all races, that if we don't renew our minds concerning how we discipline and how we deal with our kids, then we will do what our parents may have done ignorantly without knowledge and think that it was the right thing to do. And the scriptures clear that my people perish for lack of knowledge. So for us, we take time and we talk to our kids. I don't think parents understand that these children here will reach an age. At this time, you can tell them no, and you don't have to explain yourself. But when a child gets around about 12 or 13 years old, they're now starting to develop another skill within them that causes them to be able to take up and speak for themselves. So when we say no at 12 and 13, the child will say, then why? And in the black community, we say, well, you sassing and you talking back to me. Well, they're not sassing and talking back to you. They're at an age in life where they need an answer. And not just for the parents to say, because I told you so. But because we're ignorant to that, we knock them upside the head if they say that. And then when they grow up in life and really have to get before the boss, or that daughter gets with a young man and he tell her because I said so, now she's become a slave in a relationship where she should be independent and secure herself. So we've got to learn how to communicate. We don't communicate well at all in our culture. We don't know about communication.
Yeah, that's very important, man. Really, if we had time, Pastor, I promise we can keep going on and on and on. But we don't have time.
We don't have time.
Thank you so much. Y'all give them a hand. Thank you so much, Pastor. Come on, y'all make some noise. Come on, we're going to move on to our next act. Again,